Yeah, and like that's all we'd hear when Too Tall would be playing that fucking game is defend yourself, defend yourself, defend yourself. Like, oh my god, dude.
Isn't old Too Tall kind of swinging for both teams now?
Oh.
Maybe that's why.
He's just an asshole! He's just an asshole! He's just an asshole! Let it go! What are we fucked?
Audio.
Radio.
So the word of the day is legs.
Let's spread the word.
Oh, there you go. Spread the word. I remember that. That's old.
But that is old.
It is, but
Just
it's fun.
Where did that come from?
It's the fish taco special today.
Yes.
And we thank you for using it too.
Hello, lady.
The fuck got resin on my lighter.
I don't know how you did that, sir.
Okay, so today on this wondrous episode of fucking Audio Theory Radio, I found a list. It is the, what is this shit? LA Weekly, West Coast Sound, fucking website shit. The 20 worst albums of the 90s. And I was going through this, and I was like, what the fuck? I like this album, I like this album, I like this album, and so I want to fucking show you guys what's on this list that they're claiming are bad fucking albums, and I just want to see what we fucking have to say about this. Okay.
Break it down for us, Travis.
What's
Break it down,
one?
brother.
I don't know, but number 20...
Oh, well, yeah, it started off, yeah.
Number 20 is Garth Brooks, Chris Gaines' greatest hits, and
He put both of them on one CD.
well, yeah, it says the album cover says Chris Gaines' greatest hits, but the list here,
Okay.
and they go on to say all the multimillionaire megalomaniacs attempt a Slim Shady, Sasha Fierce move at that one point, and country titan Garth Brooks dipped his toes into pop as a fictional rock star in the late 90s, preceding his feature film that never came to fruition because he couldn't sell these greatest hits using the Gaines disguise.
Well, it's not a very great hit, apparently.
I mean, yeah, it
It has to be a hit for it to be the greatest hit.
It says complete with chin hair and fail-safe parachute was the only good idea about this crossover bid. Remember that Smile on Your Brother, Everybody Get Together song by the Youngbloods? Imagine it literally remade with a cake-style talk rap verses, and you have an idea of how lost Garth was. I say black, you say white, I say day, you call it night. Is as clever as this infamous failure gets. If you recall that Garth's locomotive 90s fame was enough to drag this number 2 to number 2 briefly. And okay, whatever they're saying, I don't know jack shit about this, so...
That was kind of clever. Drag this number 2 to number 2. That was kind of clever. I like that.
Oh no, fuck some Chris Gaines. Are they serious about this?
Number
one?
19.
No.
Number 19, Presidents of the United States of America, self-titled album. That is a
Fuck your
phenomenal
faces,
CD.
man.
Fuck you, LA Weekly. Like, I love this fucking band and I love this album. So let's see what these motherfuckers say about it.
I don't care what they say about it.
then-
That's a great album.
And then let's bitch about it. Alright, they say, forged in the horribly mistaken notion that America needed just that much more wackiness, President of the United States of America, Pot USA, get it? Self-titled debut pops out like puffs of skinny weed smoke from Dean Ween's basement. God damn it, I love Dean Ween, and I would love to smoke weed with Dean Ween in his basement. It's as if they asked themselves, hey guys, let's like do a whole Butthole Surfers, Ween, They Might Be Giants, Dead Milkmen kind of album. Now god damn it, I like all those bands. They Might Be Giants.
writing this?
Seriously, man. Oh, Paul Bradley. Some guy named Paul fucking Bradley is...
Fuck you, Bradley Paul.
And it says, but for those who like the grunge scene, okay. It will also lack any shred of cleverness, insight, and humor that all those other whack rock bands have. We'll sing about ironic things like Peaches, and then they respond, can we have a really pedestrian and uninspired sound too? You bet, man, you bet. Now, okay, there isn't a lot of insight on that album, but it's not supposed to have insight. That album is just supposed to be goofy. They're just a goofy
I love Dune
band.
Buggy. That's a great
Yeah,
song.
I mean-
Spider riding on a little Dune Buggy. It's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Seriously, like every album I've heard from these dudes, they just sing about they just sing about shit that just doesn't really matter. They sing about little things.
It's pot smoking.
Yeah,
fucking
they sing
funny-ass
about
music.
insects and they sing about animals.
Gonna Make It is a great song.
Yeah, We're Not Gonna Make It's a great fucking song, man. Like, that album is awesome. Like, who the fuck are these guys? And why do they, I mean, I guess if they want to
This
say
dude
it's,
has no musical taste.
and to
I
say
understand
it
your
has
Chris
a,
Gaines shit, but
to say it has an uninspired sound, like, I really love the sound that Presidents of the United States of America has, because it sounds unlike anything. I mean, they use their weird fucking instruments, like their 3 fucking string guitar bass shit. Like, that's why they have a certain sound to their albums that, like, nobody else can match, is because they're playing their own weird shit.
fuck you, Bradley Paul.
Like, that's a great fucking album, and all their other albums are really fucking good too. Like, how can you do this? So number 18 is Alanis Morissette, supposed former infatuation junkie. Now, okay,
It was a weak follow-up, but it's still good.
yeah. So here's what Andy Herman says. Have you ever been cornered at a party by a girl who talks rapturously and somewhat incoherently about her discovery of Eastern spirituality, then goes into an hour-long monologue about all of her ex-boyfriends? This is that girl in album form. And the only moment of restraint.
That is the last more said.
The only moment of restraint on supposed former infatuation junkie is when Alanis tells one of those ex-boyfriends, "Let's name 30 good reasons why we shouldn't be together," and then doesn't proceed to sing all 30 of them. That is by far the best part of the album. Okay, I will agree with what he says.
That is Alanis Morissette all the way around.
Yeah, it sorta is, like you said, a weak follow-up to Jagged Little Pill, but okay.
That's Alanis Morissette. That's how she is.
Yeah,
that's why you listen to her, because you like that kind of stuff.
And it's a million times better than the crap that was on her first 2 albums.
Well, that was
The ones that sound
really
like Paula Abdul and shit.
Yeah. I haven't heard any of those, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah, I checked them out on YouTube a couple years ago when I found out about them, and I was like, oh no, thank God she came over here and did her little rock album. Huh?
That shit is expensive.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
No. This album, when it first came out, I remember you had got it for Mom for Christmas, and I remember none of us actually liked it all that much. But then, actually, here in the past year, before my truck got stolen, and they stole my CD book of all my old-ass CDs, I had a copy of that in there. I don't have an actual copy in the case, but I had it out of the case in my little CD book. Sweet. And I was listening to it on my route one day, and I was like, this is actually a pretty good sounding album. Like, musically, I really like the different turn it took. I'm glad that it doesn't sound like Jagged Little Pill. Like,
Dude.
exactly. Like, it really sounds different. There's such a hauntedness to the way that album sounds. But yeah, all the songs are sort of bitching about ex-boyfriends and singing about, you know, her...
That's all she knows how to write.
Yeah, exactly. And it does get old. But, I mean, I like the album. Not as much as Jagged Little Pill, but it's right fucking below it. Just because it's such a different turn.
And she really hasn't put out anything that I want to listen to.
Yeah, because I bought Under Rug Swept. Is that the name of that album? And that album kind of sucks. It sounds like Michelle Branch. But what were you about to say, Josh?
Well, like, you can already tell just from the way these are considered the worst albums because these are albums these people don't like.
Yeah, that's obvious.
By this definition, anything we don't like would be considered the worst albums of the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and that's the whole point of
that's
album
why it's screwed
reviews, and that's the whole point of opinions, is to discuss and learn something that you might not have known about. You know, I like other opinions, even if it doesn't match mine.
Even
you know,
fucking wrong.
that's why. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to sit here and say that Andy Herman is an asshole.
Even though he is, he clearly is.
I'm just going to say
with him, but the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
Paul Bentley guy.
I mean, but he can say that if he wants, because I understand what he's saying. I mean, yeah, that President's album isn't full of insight.
It's not
you know,
supposed to be.
Exactly. I don't want to say that he's missing the point, but he's missing the point. I mean, really. But okay, so I'm gonna go here to the next one. That was number 18. Number 19 is what the fuck? Oh, what the hell am I saying? Number 17 after 18, derp, is Michael Bolton, Time, Love, and Tenderness. Jason Roach says, let's play shitty early 90s adult contemporary bingo. Vapid lyrics, check. A soul classic.
Tell me how am I supposed to live without you?
He says a soul classic, When a Man Loves a Woman, butchered and original Love is a Woman Thing, or no, Love is a Wonderful Thing, I can't read today, which led to a successful copyright infringement lawsuit, check. Keyboards and horns played with as much soul as a Pepsi jingle, check. Kenny G cameo, check. Perfectly groomed mullet, check. Bingo. Okay, I don't listen to adult contemporary stuff like that. I don't get into that. It's the weekend, I'm gonna make love to my woman kind of music.
Gonna make love to you, woman.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't...
Lay you down by the
Yeah,
fire.
you know, I can turn some chef on, you know, put your chocolate salty balls in my mouth, and I can get down to that. But, you know, I don't know jack shit about Michael Bolton, except for, like I've always said, I'm glad that he's not afraid to look stupid by hanging out with the Lonely Island
cool.
and doing the Jack Sparrow song. I'm glad that he's not afraid, because, you know, his fan base is obvious. It's obviously people who don't really get into music, and for him to actually sort of just leave his comfort zone and do something funny, I can respect that. But I don't know jack shit about... Well, I do know, didn't Michael Bolton have like a power metal band?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a power metal
called
band.
Blackjack.
Blackjack? Fucking A, I gotta hear that.
They put out one album.
So number 16
Pat
is
Boone.
Pat Boone, In a Metal Mood. Alright,
I can understand why people hate on that, because he did a bunch of covers of metal songs, but that's fucking awesome.
yeah, man, yeah. So let's see with Jason Roach again. He says, In a Metal Mood is 53 minutes of your out-of-touch uncle screaming about how this is what the kids listen to these days. Which is true.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Grandpa, listen to this album. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny.
The family-friendly 50s pop icon performs big band lounge jazz covers of iconic rock and metal classics. Have you ever wondered what Paradise City would sound like without any balls? Now, same question except with Enter Sandman and Crazy Train.
Crazy Chain.
Wonder no more. But his biggest crime was making one of the most treasured metal anthems of all time, Dio's Holy Diver,
Oh,
Oh god, I gotta hear that.
sound lame with a sort of swinging vocal cadence. Not even Dio himself on background vocals could save it. Wow, so Dio is
That's
on this
awesome.
song
That
with
is
him.
awesome.
Yeah, like
Come on, man.
Here's the thing. Alright, lounge jazz versions of these songs I like.
Hell
Just
yeah,
because it gives it's more of a novelty thing. It's more of like a, hey dude, have you
Like
heard
Richard
this?
Cheese.
Yeah, fucking Dick Cheese, man.
Dick
Fucking, I love Richard Cheese. Like, Richard Cheese took this idea and fucking ran with it. He said, this is comedy gold. Why the fuck isn't any more people doing
Snoop
this?
Dogg and
Yeah. Fucking lounge jazz versions of Snoop Dogg and shit. Like, that's hilarious, man.
Goddamn, dude. That is awesome.
Richard Cheese is awesome, but like, I don't know jack shit about Pat Boone except for
Pat Boone
this.
is like a contemporary Christian singer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, number 15 is...
I have that.
Really, you have this?
Yeah.
Billy Joel, River of Dreams. Now, what do you think of that album then? Because I've never heard it.
It is a poor man's Paul McCartney solo album.
Wow.
That's my opinion in a nutshell.
Wow.
But it's, I don't know, it's alright.
So Andy Herman says, no wonder the Piano Man stopped making albums after 1993's River of Dreams. A bombastic downer on which he bitched about everything from Suburbia, the faux Springsteen No Man's Land, his own depression, the faux Robert Palmer A Minor Variation, and the very act of songwriting itself, famous last words on which he admits to his fans, frankly my dear, I don't give a damn anymore. Joel was reportedly broke at the time, having been embezzled out of millions by his former manager, but that still doesn't excuse him from ending an otherwise solid career on such a sour note. You know, I'm not too familiar with Billy Joel except for Piano Man.
I have his, he did Uptown Girl.
Yeah, okay, Uptown Girl.
I have his,
That
Essential CD. It was given to me.
What's the one song that's like na 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 na?
If you know it, tell us in the comments.
I'll tell you right now, it's the song that on the fucking special features of the Shrek DVD, fucking Mike Myers and Fiona sing it. On the fucking little karaoke bit. They fucking sing that shit. But I'll tell you the first time I ever heard that song.
Was it on that piano?
Yeah, it was on that
shit.
it was the demo music on that fucking old ass piano we had as kids.
I wonder if that's on that Essential CD.
For real, right? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, and then what's that other Billy Joel song about, you know, burning bras and shit? We didn't start the fire. We didn't start the fire. I like that song, okay. Okay, next page here.
Broke your bullshit. I broke it.
Number 14. Oh my god. Number 14 is Hammer.
Is that when he tried to be gangster?
The Funky Headhunter.
What the?
Yeah. This is MC Hammer trying to be fucking gangsta.
Gangsta MC
You
Hammer.
can't be gangster after. Can't touch this.
Yeah, after Too Legit to Quit, yeah, it's time to fucking quit. Like, yeah, you're not
Well, after
legitimate
that, he
enough.
found Jesus.
Yeah,
He
like,
found Black Jesus.
he found Black Jesus and he ultimately quit. I guess you're not too legit, MC Hammer. So, okay, Jason Roach says...
No, man, he's just legit. Or he's too legit with a single O.
Yeah, because he's not too legit.
This is
Too legit.
too legit. Describing a place where he's going to.
Yeah.
He's going to
I'm going to legit.
I'm going to legit, man. So, okay, Jason Roach says, true to his word, Hammer did not cease making music after Too Legit to Quit. But in the ensuing 2.5 years following that 1991 work, gangsta rap had exploded, and Hammer responded by adopting a hard persona that didn't fool anyone. He talked about being a pimp and a gangsta in Pumps and a Bump, going on...
Pumps and a bump?
Yeah, Pumps and a Bump. Pumps and a Bump. Yeah. Going to the players' ball in one mo time. One mo time. Music videos for the album saw Hammer and Posse looking awkward and uncomfortable in gangsta get-ups, cribbed straight from Dr. Dre and Snoop. Sadly, the only thing that wasn't fake about the whole affair was true story, Hammer's unintentional erection in the video for Pumps in a Bump. Really? You could see MC Hammer's fucking dick pitching a tent in Pumps in a Bump music video.
I don't care.
Where were the Hammer pants when he needed them? So that makes me wonder now, is that why in the, what the fuck is that movie? That Wayans brother movie. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Is that why when Crazy Legs was doing his hammer dance, they fucking do a close-up shot of his dick wagging around?
Maybe.
That might be why they did that.
Wasn't there a different cover?
There is a different cover to that, but I don't know why mine. Okay, for context here, Zach I'm getting ready to do all these new metal reviews, and I got all my Korn CDs getting up on the computer here,
This
and
is all the Korn you have?
yeah,
Do you want more?
I guess so I can hear it.
I have, Korn 2. That one's
Yeah, just bring them on over. But yeah, Zach's looking at my version of Korn. Take a look at it in the mirror. And I don't know, mine has a different cover. Mine just says scrapbook on it and just has a bunch of old ass pictures of the band everywhere. Yeah.
It is a scrapbook.
I mean, cause like isn't the actual cover like a throne or some shit, like a chair or some fucking
Which one is
crap?
that?
I thought that
Take a look in the mirror with y'all want a single say fuck.
No,
man."
take a look in the mirror. It literally has it's a picture of a mirror on the front.
Okay.
The one with the picture that you're throwing, you're thinking of see on the other side where it's a kid and the horse and the chicken on
looks
one
like
side.
fucking Tim
And then there's a
Burton shit.
remix version where it's the picture of the throne and the crown and the horse head.
Okay. So, okay, I don't know jack shit about Hammer, so we're just going to go along to number 13, Van Halen 3, 1998. Yeah, this is when they got old Extreme Guy.
Oh, God.
Old dude says Extreme vocalist Gary Sharon was recruited to fill in for Sammy Hagar, who vacated David Lee Roth's spot, and his overwhelming lack of vocal charisma nearly killed the band's career. But he doesn't deserve all the blame, considering that Eddie Van Halen's playing is uninspired and the material is abysmal. Van Halen 3 is also riddled with limp blues rock, so devoid of fire or energy that even Roth, much less Hagar, couldn't have saved it. Now, the only Van Halen albums that I own is Van Halen, a self-titled album, and 1984. Those are the only Van Halen albums that I own. So I don't know jack shit. I don't know jack shit about. I mean, I know you can't. Extreme was a pretty cool band, but I don't imagine an album of Van Halen with the Extreme Guy being any fucking good. And okay, so what is this? Number 12 is
Narcissus Playground.
Marcy Playground. Marcy Playground.
Hanging around.
The Sex and Candy
downtown by
shit.
myself, and I had too much time.
Is that what that
Sit
is?
and masturbate on a chair. Yeah.
Okay, so Dan Weiss says
I like
Narcissus.
that one song.
Yeah, who does it?
I've never
Sex
heard
and
anything
Candy.
but that song.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You know
had the
what's
CD.
funny?
I
What
had the
is-
CD, and the other songs are not really that good. That's just the most popular
That's
song.
why.
It's
See, when they went, I saw this.
I'm willing to bet it sounds like Matchbox
They
20.
fucking
that's what it is
came
right
to
here.
Columbus.
Yeah.
Check it out. They came to Columbus, and their flyer said "Sex and Candy" in big ass letters. Marcy Playground coming to the Civic Center.
They actually played in
Wow.
Columbus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't too damn long ago. It was
like
about a
2
year
years
ago.
Maybe 2 years ago.
So, alright, Dan Weiss says Marcy Playground's eponymous LP was the ultimate bait and switch. I learned after blowing bar mitzvah money, only St. Joe on a school bus remotely resemble the comfort food Nirvana hit like Sex and Candy. The rest was folksy, opiate-obsessed bullshit, poppies, opium, and ancient walls of flowers were 3 different tracks, with both a co-write from the singer's ex and a separate tribute named after her. And with their limited perception of New York, you might see a murder. They'd best stick to what they know. A cloak of elvenkind. Now, okay, I don't mind songs about heroin and opiates, and if they got 3 songs about heroin or opium on their fucking album, I wouldn't mind hearing what those sound like.
Yeah, I mean, it really is kind of a Nirvana-esque kind of sound music.
I mean, yeah, that's 1997. That's when grunge was dead, and Matchbox 20 bands were getting popular. I mean, this right here, this, like I say, it's Dawson's Creek rock.
Cloak of Elvenkind.
It's dark. We're in the corner. We're bleeding. I'm bleeding my tears.
So that... That actually sounds pretty cool.
And it's a good album. That's what I said. It's actually a really good album.
Kind of sounds like the sequel.
Maybe I did listen to this whole album because I remember the song. So
Alright, so the next page we have at number 11 the Rolling Stones, Bridges of Babylon. Like, I don't know jack shit about that. I love old ass fucking 1960s, early 70s Rolling Stones.
they've been around too long.
Yeah.
They need to go.
They're not going to stop.
Yeah,
That's
this
what
is
I appreciate
19
about them, because they're still putting out records today.
Yeah, you know, and it's... They probably just have way too much shit for me to buy if I ever do start buying their albums. I mean, the only stuff...
You have like 1 or 2
I have...
albums?
Yeah, I have...
The greatest hit?
God damn it, what do I have? I have the...
Satanic Majesty.
Yeah, I have Satanic Majesty's Request, which is a great album, but it's also them just trying to be the fucking psychedelic shit, like, to a big ass degree. I mean, like, it's a great psychedelic album, but to me there are better psychedelic albums. But and then I also have Exile on Main Street, which is like pretty fucking good as far as normal Rolling Stone shit goes. And then I have an old ass copy of 40 Licks that I found at that CD store when we were fucking kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright.
I
But
remember you loved that shit when you got it.
yeah, man, because it was like, I was like, what, 4 fucking teen? And I'm like, dude, man, I got all these cool Rolling Stone songs, man, yeah. But yeah, I'd rather own all their albums, which...
Yeah, rather than a greatest hit.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to skip what they say about that, because, you know, I'm not very whatever on that. But, number 10, 4 Non-Blondes, Bigger, Better, Faster, More. Like, really, man? I like that album a lot. With, you know...
What's up?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Awake in the morning.
Step outside, I take a deep breath, then I get real high.
I see.
See?
Well,
Honestly, I never knew who that was.
What's
So-
going on?
Well, then I do like that then. 'Cause I
Yeah,
like that
man.
song. So that song rocks.
Yeah, dude, like, they were just a fucking chick band. So, alright, this Nicholas Pill says, let's get it out there. What's up? Is bar fucking non the worst song ever written?
Oh, come
The
on.
repetitive verse drags on for approximately 2 hours, and the hey, yay, yay, yay chorus is like grating your own fingers. The rest of the album, I actually listened to it, is sub-open mic night level tunes of confession and protest, and ill-advised forays into funk metal. Remember the particularly naive freshman in your dorm with an acoustic guitar who fancied him or herself a songwriter? Remember the sense of panic that ensued whenever they reached for their 6th string? Imagine a whole album of that. Now, this is better than the fucking college fucking frat boy, I'm gonna play my acoustic guitar shit.
Yeah.
That is like way better than that fucking Jack Johnson kind of bullshit. That album, and really mind you, I haven't heard that album since like 1998. fucking, I remember it was in the stack of CDs Mom and Dad gave us when we were kids, and I remember listening to it a lot.
That was back in the day, the Rock 103 days.
Yeah, man. Rock 103 used to play it. Fucking the What's Up
Stoner song right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good fucking Get High album. I mean, really. This guy fucking hates it. But, I mean, the album cover looks really cool, too, man. You got an eyeball train fucking thing and weird shit to look at.
A pothead drew that fucking...
Seriously.
That's that easily listened to me.
He's your neighbor, you
Now, number 9 is U2, Zooropa.
What?
Is that the one with the Batman song?
Let's see. Hold on.
I actually have no idea, but I've had people in the comments on our videos talk about this album and say that it was pretty good. And it's something I need to check out fully.
Zooropa.
They said this guy, Nicholas Pellegant, says, even in their youthful exuberance, we consider U2 one of the most pretentious, uncomfortably earnest bands in the world, and never more is that so on Zooropa, where they are bizarrely serious and self-important, even while being playful and ironic. Bono, and really any sentence that begins with his name, is bound to become comedy gold. Stated that he thought U2 were working on their Sgt. Pepper. At least they later wised up. Both he and The Edge later said that Zooropa is a decidedly mediocre U2 album.
That's pretty good. I like that song. Numb. Using that.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna have to check this out.
When did it come out? What year?
93.
So it wouldn't be the Batman.
I mean, when you look at the list of top tracks, it's like number 35. The first song doesn't reach till 35 from the album, so it wasn't like their most popular album.
Man, I can believe. I mean, I will say U2 are pretty pretentious, and I don't like Bono's attitude.
I think the Joshua Trees are one of the most popular albums.
Yeah, Joshua Tree, Unforgettable Fire, like those are like the big fucking U2 albums.
Yeah, Rattle and Hum.
Yeah, so number 8 is Carmen Electra.
Don't care.
I'm just gonna
She
skip
shouldn't
over
even
that.
Deserve a fucking.
I mean, yeah, I don't know jack shit about her, and I can fucking care less. So
Vanilla Ice.
yeah, number 7 is Vanilla Ice to the Extreme. Now to call this, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
To call this one of the worst albums of the 90s is obvious. Like,
What number are we on?
we're on number 7.
I mean, really,
Painfully obvious.
that's like putting Garth Brooks and Carmen Electra on there.
I mean, it's just, alright, I had that album. I mean, it's not good.
You only buy it because it's novelty, and at the time,
Yeah.
fucking people like that shit.
I mean, seriously.
It's like,
it's such an obvious thing to put on a worst
20
of
years
list.
from now, there's gonna be lists going around. Gangnam Style was the worst song of the 2012.
Yeah, and it's like,
the
it's
012.
obvious that it's worst.
The O10s.
Yeah, the O10s.
Worst album of the whole decade.
I'm just gonna
Really, dude?
skip. Yeah, I'm just gonna
It was
skip whatever
supposed to
they
be
say.
bad.
Yeah. I'm just gonna skip whatever they say about this. I mean, because there's nothing good you can fucking say about this album. So,
Even Vanilla Ice knows his career was a joke.
yeah. So number 6 is Korn, Follow the Leader.
Just because it was popular. This jackass did not like them because they were popular.
Yeah, so let's see what this guy says before we bitch about this. He says, this guy, Max Bell, he says, it's best to forget everything about Follow the Leader. Forget the braids, dreads, piercings, kilts, and the fact that Korn is from Bakersfield. Forget the pseudo-metal guitar riffs, banshee beatboxing, mind-numbing bass slapping, unwarranted record scratches, and horrible high school locker room rhymes from Fred Durst and Jonathan Davis. Above all, don't attempt to decipher the meaning of the nebulous, angst-ridden something Davis keeps screaming about. The world appears over 40 times, but it's never explained. And if you can, forget Ice Cube rapping over Children of the Corn, Godspeed. Okay, that's all this guy says about this. And I can...
What the hell did you say? Forget. then what is he focusing on?
Yeah, all right,
And the whole issue, the whole point, he's talking about what's his problem? Everything is about his father. Jonathan Davis has daddy issues.
Yes.
yeah,
That's why it was called Issues.
and okay, yeah,
Idiot.
Korn are just the fad of the end of the 90s. I mean, really.
Let's follow the leader, man.
Yeah, and I love the Follow the Leader album. That's my last favorite Korn album, and I love the Children of the Corn song with Ice
that one
Cube.
and fucking Life is Peachy are the only ones I really grab.
Yeah, like I love Life is Peachy and Follow the Leader.
The first one is good, but I really don't.
Yeah, I don't pick up the first one that much.
Yeah.
Like, it's a damn good debut for something
It
in, like,
is.
what, 94, 93?
It's a damn good debut for what they were.
But yeah, I mean, what this dude says, yeah, the pseudo-metal guitar riffs, I mean, this was at a point where every band like Korn, every new metal band, they all motherfucking sound the same. And, like, I was doing new metal research today, getting ready for these new Monster episodes, and it's just bad. It's just like, oh my god, every fucking song, all these bands, there's no identity. Korn had somewhat of an identity that sort of set them apart. System of a Down, who I would hate to call them new metal, but they get lumped in there.
That first album would be new metal, but not really. It just kind of had that production quality.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of has that sort of production sound, and like, you know, the riffs
They
kind
were
of do
doing
the new
different
metal
shit.
thingy. Yeah, and with each System of a Down album, they got musically fucking better, and
Yes.
Experimented.
yeah, like really, they didn't.
Experimental metal.
No System of a Down album sounded the same. Like
Yeah.
they sounded like System of a Down doing System of a Down.
It was their lyrics. We know that's System of a Down. That's their. We can tell by the chorus and the lyrics, but the music itself just did not sound each one. And it sounded better than the previous one before.
Yeah. And Follow the Leader is one of those Korn albums that, like, it... I hate to say this, but, like, this kind of music could only ever be popular from 98 till, like, 2002.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And this was one of the big fucking albums.
Harder metal like that wasn't around.
Like,
later on in 2000s, really.
yeah, like, I'm just glad that new metal was around as a gateway drug.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fuck.
So I mean, yeah. So you could, if you got kids who are younger than us, because we were at the age where we were like, when new metal was coming out, we were like, yeah, I can dig this song or that song, but fuck this shit, you know. I got Guar, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, but if you have kids who grew up on this stuff and then they listened to it for about 2 or 3 years and then said, you know, I want to find something heavier, and then they find some heavier shit, that's totally cool. And that's the only real positive thing I can say about new metal.
Well, yeah, it's like I started high school. When I started high school, I was listening to Korn and stuff. By the end of high school, I was listening to like death metal.
Yeah.
I was listening to Cannibal Corpse and 6 Feet Under.
Yeah.
That's when we went full on goth style. All black, gotta be all black. Gotta get heavier and heavier and heavier.
Alright, so we'll go into the next page here. Number 5 is Matchbox 20, yourself or someone like you. Yeah, I'm not even going to read what this guy says because, yeah, I think we can all agree Matchbox 20 fucking sucks. So, number 4, number fucking 4 is Spice Girls Spice. I'm not even going to read what this guy says about
Which
this one
one was
either.
that?
That's their first album with
Tell you what I
Wannabe.
want, what I really
Yeah.
want. So tell them
If
what
you want to
want,
be my
what you really
lover,
want.
you gotta get with my friends. Now that's a line that I've always wondered about. Like, so are y'all swingers? Like, if you want to be my lover, you've got to get with my friends.
That
Like,
would be a swinger. Just like they're like having like threesomes and foursomes. Who's gonna complain about that? Like, all right.
Friendship never ends.
yeah, seriously, right? Exactly.
Hey, herpes is shared amongst friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, if you want to be my lover, you have got to give. You got to. Friendship.
Thinking is too easy.
Yeah, that's the way. I hate. Why the fuck Do we know all the goddamn words to this song?
I'm more cool than you guys, I know.
Hey, we're more cool because we know it.
Tell yourself that at night, Zach, while you take selfies in the dark.
I take my selfie in the dark. We gotta work on that emo album. We gotta finish Cheddar Pond, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. I had their first 2 CDs. Remember, I said I traded a fingerboard to Dale for them.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to see what the fuck
That's all
that
it was
shit
worth.
sounded like. Yeah, it was just worth a fucking fingerboard.
Fake ass plastic skateboard for your fingers.
And no, those albums weren't any good. It just sounded like pseudo techno fucking beats with
4 or 5 girls.
4 or 5 girls
British
singing
girls,
over
so
them.
Their accents weren't very sexy.
Yeah, it was just a product of the times.
Girl power!
Yeah, girl power! Alright, so number 3 is Crash Test Dummies.
I remember
God
Crash Test
Shuffled His
Dummies.
Feet. Now, I love that band.
Yeah,
Crash
dude.
Test Dummies were great.
Fucking, I love that dude's voice. Like, I have a hard-on for deep voices and shit, and that dude's voice is badass. Like, seriously.
Does he
Once...
give you a stiffy when you hear him sing?
Yes, it does. Once there was this kid who took a trip to Singapore and brought along his spray
Weird
paint.
Al.
Yes, the Weird Al one. The Weird Al one's the only one that I ever remember the words to, man. And when he finally came back, he had cane marks all over his bottom. He said that it was from when the warden whacked it so hard. Like, that shit's awesome, man. And so, like, okay, so this dude, fucking Daniel Kahn says, Kahn! He says, in 93, alt-rock was so damn popular that the monotonous, depressing, grating managed to climb the number 4. While Crash Test Dummy singer Brad Roberts' deep baritone isn't totally uninteresting, his annoying humming of the song's hook is enough to make Canadians flee south of the border. The worst part is that the track somehow vaulted this band into the mainstream consciousness, spawning 3 additional singles from the album, including the even more redonkulous, like really this motherfucker says redonkulous, title track.
Motherfucker.
Seriously.
It's a catastrophe.
Considering how difficult these songs are to get out of your head, hearing one once is the auroral equivalent of being waterboarded. Now, fuck that, dude. Really, man. They fucking
He
kick
said
ass.
redonkulous, so his
Yeah,
null and fucking
redonkulous.
void.
Like, really, dude? You're gonna use redonkulous?
He's a fucking hipster. That's what it is.
The only where did I hear that word before? I heard it on
Shrek.
Really on
Yeah,
Shrek.
and the one where he went back, they kind of changed where the Puss in Boots was fat.
Oh,
He's
I
like,
didn't see
"You're
that
a cat."
one.
Yeah, he goes, "You're a catastrophe." He's like, "Well, you're being redonkulous."
Yeah, I gave up on Shrek after Shrek fucking 3. So I
gave
didn't.
up
That's
after
Shrek
2.
forever.
Yeah, I
haven't
gave up
seen
after
any.
2, but I had to see 3.
I haven't seen any of them after 2.
Yeah, dude, be glad, because 3 is god fucking awful.
I have no reason to see Shrek after
Ugh.
2.
Really,
I
we
saw what
we
I
had no
wanted to
reason
see.
to see Shrek after 1. It should have just been fucking over. Like, really. Shrek 1 was
Nah, dude, DreamWorks needed their fucking money.
Seriously, man. I mean, fucking, the first one was a fun-ass bullshit movie. Whatever.
They should have left it alone, like fucking. Well, DreamWorks didn't really. Or no, I was thinking Pixar. Pixar didn't really leave Toy Story alone.
Yeah, but
it was
at least their sequels mean something.
Yeah, they're all. I like Toy Story.
Yeah, the Toy Story
Pixar
movies.
movies were good until fucking Cars came out.
Yeah, Cars and apparently this Monsters in School shit.
What?
You know, the Monsters Inc. prequel.
Oh yeah.
Apparently hasn't done too well. I just don't
Really?
watch
I thought
movies.
they said that one was good.
Really?
Yeah.
What Monsters Inc. Monster University?
Yeah, that is that. I called it Monsters in School. What the goddamn fuck?
It's just a prequel to Monsters Inc. We got it on Blu-ray. Watch it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, they said that one was better.
It actually did really good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it did really good.
Its competition was Despicable Me too.
How did that do?
I watched it.
Those movies did well. I don't know why,
as far as
but
the way they did, I didn't. I liked Monsters University. I didn't. Despicable Me 2 was. It was weird because he wasn't no longer this like kind of evil guy who was like kids, but now he's like weapons. And of course, they used the fucking Eminem song for the play for the opening.
What Eminem song?
Sad, I got it on my phone. It was on there from when we did that
Without
thing.
Me.
Without Me.
Feels
Oh,
so
really?
empty without me.
Really? I just really seriously haven't seen any movies in like the past 6 fucking years. I've probably seen
I watched
6
Your
fucking
Highness
movies.
last night unrated.
Oh, that's a great fucking movie,
I
though.
I've been wanting to watch it again, so went out to movie stop and got it for $8 on Blu-ray.
Sweet.
Unrated version. Shit was nice.
Yeah,
And
that movie's
I Love You,
great.
Philip Morris. They don't have it on
Yeah.
Blu-ray. They don't have it on DVD, but I'll probably watch it later.
You haven't watched it yet? Awesome, dude. Yeah, I Love You, Philip Morris is fucking awesome.
I can just
dude.
tell from the back it looks great. And Jim Carrey just looks so.
Oh my god, that movie is so fucking funny. Like, it gets sappy as fuck, man, for a good little minute, man. But
Who's
it's
the other gay guy?
is it Ewan McGregor?
Really?
It might be Ewan McGregor. I might
That'd
be
kinda
wrong.
funny.
Fucking Obi-Wan in a
Ace
gay
Ventura,
relationship with Ace
Obi-Wan.
Ventura.
That's so much. That is so much gay fan fiction right
Hey,
there.
let's do the butt talking.
Oh god! Oh man, you can just see Jim Carrey like, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?"
One just spreads the cheeks.
Yeah, he spreads the cheeks with the
No.
force, man.
He's gonna fucking talk out his ass. Obi-Wan's gonna whip out his lightsaber.
Take my midi-chlorians.
Defend yourself.
Defend yourself. Yeah, what the fuck Star Wars game was that,
It
man?
was the Obi-Wan game.
Star Wars Obi-Wan. Alright, our friend, well, he's not our friend anymore, but old Too Tall.
Oh, too tall.
Old Too Tall was obsessed with Star Wars games, and there was a fucking Star Wars
They
game
were.
called, no matter how shitty they got, there was a Star Wars game on Xbox called Star Wars Obi-Wan or some shit.
Obi-Wan.
And there was this move that he would do where he threw his lightsaber like a fucking frisbee, and he would throw it out, it would hit some people, and he'd catch it. But every time he did that move, the character would go, defend yourself, defend
Oh,
yourself.
he would throw the lightsaber.
Yeah, and like that's all we'd hear when Too Tall would be playing that fucking game is defend yourself, defend yourself, defend yourself. Like, oh my god,
Well,
dude.
isn't old Too Tall kind of swinging for both teams now?
Oh.
Maybe that's why. He just never wanted to come out at the time. Obi-Wan was trying to come out for him.
God, Jesus. But yeah, back on Crash Test Dummies. I love the song Peter Pumpkinhead off the fucking Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. Let's begin. Peter
You hear all
Pumpkinhead.
the problems they've been having with the new Dumb and Dumber movie?
Oh, they got problems?
Oh, they've been having serious problems. The original movie, original producers, the original studio backed out. And then there's been lawsuits because of somebody... It was in the news. It's not being canceled yet, but they've been having problems. They had to find a new studio.
Because they were in the editing process. They
Yeah.
finished filming and shit.
Yeah, there's like lawsuits popped up about something. I think because the original was it the original writers or somebody wanted their damn money because since they were using their proprietary characters, that they wanted their money from the studios.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I
look
hope
up.
it doesn't get screwed over because I want to see it so bad. I want to see Jim Carrey play himself at a younger age.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
A younger age,
Well,
older age.
older. Cat. I'm like, holy shit, that cat.
But yeah, so number 2 is Limp Bizkit, The Significant Other. And so this Andy Herman guy again says rap rock hit bottom and a splash of bong water and a clatter of wallet chains with the arrival of Fred Durst and Company's second album, The Significant Other. If it had just been full of mindless mosh pit fodder like Nookie and Break Stuff, it might have been just merely forgettable. But Durst also tried to get all Shakespeare quoting deep on Rearranged.
That was a good song. I like the bass line on that.
Heavy is the hand that wears the crown. And Loverboy Hurt on Don't Go Off Wandering, which made the album cringeworthy even by the abysmal standards of late 90s rap metal. Okay, I haven't heard this album since like 2000.
Wu-Tang Clan in it.
Yeah, and I will say that I enjoy a couple of the songs that I know off of it. I mean, it's nothing badass or anything, but when you're a 14-year-old kid, you know, you're like, I can get down to this.
It's a perfect example of rap rock.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what the album
really.
is. It is a classic version of what rap rock should be.
Now, I remember when Zach bought the first fucking Limp Bizkit album, I was like, this is kind of cool.
$3 bill, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was cool.
Psycho Female, like that fucking song about, I just wanted a Pepsi. You know, there was some cool shit on there, but I can agree that this, you know, this is another obvious kind of album to put on your worst of 90s list. I mean,
Wouldn't be on mine, but, you know, if you didn't like it, of course it would be. These people just don't like these because it's just not their thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not their thing.
I hate it for them, but I think a majority of it, it was all teenagers during that time. That would have been on their favorite list.
Yeah, exactly. And so the number one, we can all probably agree with this. The number one,
yes.
the number one worst album of the 90s from this LAweekly.com, Creed, Human Clay.
That's number one worst fucking album of all time.
It's
Wait, was
abysmal.
that their third one though?
No, that's their second one. That's
What was
the one with.
one?
The third one is the one with God, it was like just a year or two after this.
I'll bring it up for you. You continue talking.
Because Human Clay is the one with Can You Take Me Higher?
Was wide open.
Yeah, with one. So, alright.
Weathered was after.
Weathered.
Yeah,
My Own Prison was the first one.
Yeah, My Own Prison. Corzens are strong. I hate that I know all these songs too.
Because they played the shit out of Rock 103, so we had no choice but to listen
yeah.
to it. That was the only rock station in Columbus.
So, okay, this Paul Bradley, he says...
The dude that hated on fucking...
yeah, presidents.
Well, we can agree on something, guy.
Yeah, so
You're
he
not so
says...
fuck-face anymore.
Creed doesn't like Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything wrong with the 1990s as a decade is encapsulated here. And it is fitting that it was released at the end of '99, like a careening avalanche of suck collecting the worst of so-called alternative rock. Borrowing from vague Christian pop and adding a glass full of grunge flavor, wrung out of a Hot Topic cashier's sweaty, unwashed flannel boxer shorts. It's the soundtrack to every vague rocker aesthetic guy whose first instinct when confronted with nature is to stand arms reached out and marvel at their own perceived self-majesty reflected in inanimate rocks, trees, and water.
Creed had a song called Hemorrhoids.
What?
Yes.
And he also says, from the my first guitar lesson chord progressions to the super serious middle school poetry of the singing that sounds like grunting through half-swallowed lumps of peanut butter, there's an impossible to scrub free air of entitlement to each note, each lyric. Human Clay cements frontman Scott Stapp's position as the vanguard of a race of humorless greaseballs, scraped from the frighteningly shallow gene pool that includes dudes like the guy from Stained and all of your sister's singer-songwriter ex-boyfriend. Suffice to say, this is the only time this record ought to be in the top 20 of anything. I totally agree.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
I actually really like some of the things this guy says in here about the the Hot Topic cashier's sweaty, unwashed flannel boxer shorts.
They did a fucking cover of Riders on the Storm.
Did they really?
Yes.
Riders
oh my God,
on
that
the
was
Storm.
a great song by the fucking Doors.
Yeah, well, Scott Stapp did sing in place of Jim Morrison on a VH1 The Doors special. He played with the
blasphemy.
Yeah, he played with the surviving members of the band. They played a bunch of old songs.
Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland did too? Huh.
Such
But yeah, Creed was one of the bands who our friends, or our one friend whose parents were overly Christian. That was like the only band they would let him listen to. Them and Jars of Clay were like the only bands he was allowed to listen to. And, you know, it's just, they suck. They just really fucking suck. There is nothing good about Creed at all. And what is it? I remember you were talking, the last time we were talking about Creed on this show. Creed. You were talking about the song One, and I was like, what the fuck song is that? But now I remember the one that's like, one, oh, one, the only way is one.
Yeah.
Like, what, motherfucker, man? What does that even mean?
I'm rhyming one with one.
Like, seriously, man, that is just some god-awful shit. But, yeah, so I guess we'll leave this right here, and stay tuned for the next episode of Audio Theory Radio, where on this same website, we found a 20 worst hipsters band list, and as I was going down, I was like, fuck! I like this band! I like this band! I like this band! So what the fuck? Are we hipsters? I don't even know what a hipster is! So, come back next time and we're going to go over the top 20 worst hipster bands list, and we'll see y'all later.